The rebellion failed. The system survived. And now, the game begins again. This is not just a survival game anymore, this is a war. A war between conscience and control, between guilt and greed. Welcome to Squid Game, Season 3, Episode 1. Keys and Knives. The screen fades in darkness. Then suddenly, the lid of a black coffin creaks open. A loud clang. Inside it, lies Seong Gi-hun, player 456, bloodied, broken, and barely breathing. His eyes flutter open. The rebellion, it failed. His plan to take down the system from within crumbled like dust. And now, he's back inside the very place he vowed to destroy. He's carried silently into the player dormitory, no fanfare, no punishment, no execution. Just silence. The other contestants stare, shocked. Some with pity, some with hatred. Gi-hun says nothing. His soul feels already dead. Meanwhile, hidden from the prying eyes of the game masters, something unexpected happens. A wounded man, Yeong Seok, is gasping for life. A bullet wound inches from his heart. But fate isn't done with him. One of the guards, No Yul, badge number 017, removes her mask. She's trembling, not from fear, but from conviction. She's not like the others. She pulls him into the operating room, forces a medic at gunpoint, and here's the shocker, donates her own blood. In a world that runs on betrayal, her act of mercy is a spark in the darkness. Back in the dormitory, the screen flickers. The haunting green piggy bank now shows 36.9 billion won. One by one, players gather. A new vote is called. Should they continue the game, or walk away? Gi-hun, consumed by guilt, doesn't even raise his hand. His face is blank. His voice is gone. But the others, they vote. Out of fear, out of desperation, out of greed. The result. Game resumes. The players are herded into a giant red and blue maze. The next game is announced. Keys and Knives. The rules. Simple, yet sickening. Players are split into two random groups. Red team, given knives. Your task, hunt. Blue team, given keys. Your task, run, unlock your room, and hide. Each red player must kill a blue to survive. Each blue must survive the red. The moment the buzzer sounds, the maze turns into madness. Blood spills in seconds. A young girl screams. A red player stabs blindly. A blue player drops their key, slips, and vanishes beneath a blade. Panic, betrayal, cowardice. Everything unfolds at once. Even long-time alliances crumble. Gi-hun doesn't move. He sits still, watching the massacre unfold from the top balcony. His face is a mask. Not of fear, but of pure emptiness. Later, in the silence of the dorm, players begin whispering. Then shouting. Then accusing. Player 044, eyes wide with fury, blames Gi-hun for the rebellion's failure. Yeongmi, fists clenched, calls him a traitor. And then it happens. Gi-hun snaps. He grabs Yeongmi by the throat, throws her to the ground. He screams, "There's falling, I tried to save you." Guards storm in. Guns rise. But no shots are fired. Only silence return. Far away, behind a screen of monitors and darkness, sits the front man. His black mask reflects the carnage. He watches Gi-hun, amused. Or perhaps worried. Behind him, a voice whispers, "We have a breach." Yes, Detective Junho, Gi-hun's brother, is alive and closer than ever to uncovering the truth. But the front man only gives a cold command. If Junho steps foot here again, kill him. And so, episode 1 ends with 3 chilling truths. Gi-hun is alive, but broken. The game is bloodier and smarter. And deep underground, a resistance is building again. The keys are in the players' hands. But so are the knives. Who will choose escape? Who will choose blood? Next episode, the walls close in.